Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Tanesh here. In this video, I am going to discuss about natural language processing, NLP. Let's start. Let me start with an equation that is NLP is equal to NLU plus NLG. NLP means natural language processing. NLU means natural language understanding, and NLG means natural language generation. See, natural language processing, NLP, is a branch of AI, artificial intelligence, that helps computers to understand, interpret, and manipulate human language. Natural language generation, NLG, is an important part of NLP. NLU, natural language understanding, is responsible for understanding the content, and NLG is responsible for generating the content. So this is a pictorial representation of the equation I told. That is NLP is equal to NLU plus NLG. Next, let me discuss with the history of NLP. There are different phases. The first phase, that is the machine translation phase. Second phase, it is the AI influenced phase. Third phase, it is the grammatical logical phase. Fourth phase, it is the lexical corpus phase. Discuss about the components of NLP. As we discussed, there are two components. One is the NLG. NLG is the natural language generation, and NLU is the natural language understanding. There are two components. First, we will discuss about natural language understanding, that is NLU. As discussed, natural language understanding helps the machines to understand and analyze human language by extracting the metadata from content such as concepts, entities, keywords, emotions, relations, and semantic roles. NLU is the process of reading and interpreting language. It produces non-linguistic outputs from natural language inputs, that is NLU. Next, we will discuss about NLG, that is natural language generation, that is NLG. Natural language generation acts as a translator that converts the computerized data into natural language representation. It mainly involves text planning, sentence planning, and text realization. NLG is the process of writing or generating language. It produces constructing natural language outputs from non-linguistic inputs. Let's discuss the applications of NLP. The first application I can tell you is the speech recognition. Speech recognition is used for converting spoken words into text. It is used in applications such as mobile, home automation, video recovery, dictating to Microsoft Word, voice biometrics, voice user interface, and so on. The next one is chatbot. Implementation or implementing the chatbot is one of the important applications of NLP. It is used by many companies to provide the customers chat services. Next is information extraction. Information extraction is one of the most important applications of NLP. It is used for extracting structured information from unstructured or semi-structured machine-readable documents. Natural language understanding, that is NLU, it converts a large set of text into more formal representations such as first-order logic structures that are easier for the computer program to manipulate notations of the natural language processing. Next application is question answering is another application. Question answering focus on building systems that automatically answer the questions asked by humans in a natural language. Next is spam detection. Another application, spam detection is used to detect unwanted emails getting to a user's inbox. Next application of NLP is sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is also known as opinion mining. It is used on the web to analyze the attitude, behavior, and emotional of the center. Right, this application is implemented through a combination of NLP, natural language processing, and statistics by assigning the values to the text, positive, negative, or natural, and identify the mood of the context, that is happy, sad, angry, etc. Another application is machine translation. Machine translation is used to translate text or speech from one natural language into another language. Another one is spelling correction. Microsoft Corporation provides word processor software like MS Word, PowerPoint for spelling correction. It uses NLP. So that is, those are all the applications of NLP. Next, we will discuss how you can build an NLP pipeline. So different steps involved are shown in the figure. One is the sentence segmentation. That is, sentence segment is the first step for building the NLP pipeline. It breaks the paragraph into separate sentences. That's the first part. Next is the word tokenization. Word tokenizer is used to break the sentence into separate words or tokens. Next part is sentence segmentation, word tokenization. Now is stemming. Stemming is used to normalize words into its base form or root form. For example, celebrates, celebrated, and celebrating. All these words are originated with a single root word, celebrate. For example, intelligence, intelligent, intelligently. All these words are originated with a single root word, intelligent. In English, the word intelligent do not have any meaning. So we have to use lemmatization. Lemmatization is more much better and more precise than stemming. Lemmatization is quite similar to the stemming. It is used to group different inflected forms of the word called lemma. The main difference between stemming and lemmatization is that it produces the root word which has a meaning. So the root word produced by lemmatization must have a meaning, but stemming, it may or may not have, the root word may not have meaning as well. For example, in lemmatization, the word intelligence, intelligent, and intelligently has a root word intelligent which has a meaning. That is lemmatization. Next process we need to understand here, it is you need to the identification of stop words. In English, there are a lot of words that appear very frequently, like is, and, the, and a. NLP pipelines will flag these words as stop words. Stop words might be filtered out before doing any statistical analysis. Next step is dependency parsing. Dependency parsing is used to find that how all the words in the sentence are related to each other. The next step is POS tags, parts of speech tagging. POS stands for parts of speech, which includes noun, verb, adverb, adjective. It indicates that how a word functions with its meaning as well as grammatically within the sentence. A word has one or more parts of speech based on the context in which it is used. Next up is named entity recognition, NER. Named entity recognition is the process of detecting the named entities such as person, name, movie name, organization name, or location. Next is chunking. Chunking is used to collect the individual piece of information and grouping them into bigger pieces of sentences. That is, these are all the steps you need to follow in building an NLP pipeline. Next, I am going to tell you what are all the different phases of NLP. These are all the different phases: lexical analysis, syntactic analysis, semantic analysis, discourse integration, and pragmatic analysis. These are all the different steps we follow in an NLP phase. So let's discuss in detail about this. Lexical analysis, the first phase of NLP is the lexical analysis. The phase scans the source code as a stream of characters and converts it into meaningful lexemes. We call it as lexemes. It divides the whole text into paragraphs, sentences, and finally words. Syntactic analysis, that we call it as parsing. Syntactic analysis is used to check grammar, word arrangements, and shows the relationship among the words. Semantic analysis. Semantic analysis is concerned with the meaning representation. It mainly focuses on the literal meaning of words, phrases, and sentences. Discourse integration. Discourse integration depends upon the sentence that precedes it and also invokes the meaning of the sentence that follows it. Next is pragmatic analysis. Pragmatic is the fifth and last phase of NLP. It helps you to discover the intent effect by applying a set of rules that characterize cooperative dialogues. These are all the different phases of NLP. That's what we discussed. Next, I'm going to discuss the most common NLP libraries we usually use. One is it's not included in the figure. It is scikit-learn. It provides a wide range of algorithms for building machine learning models in Python. Next one, it is the important one. It is the NLTK. You may be familiar, Natural Language Toolkit. NLTK is a complete toolkit for NLP techniques. That is Natural Language Toolkit. Another one is Spacey. While NLTK provide access to many algorithms to get something done, Spacey provides the best way to do it. It provides the fastest and most accurate syntactic analysis of any NLP library released to date. It also offers access to larger word vectors that are easier to customize. That is Spacey. Another one is Pattern. It's a web mining module for NLP and machine learning. These are all the most commonly used NLP libraries. Next, I'm going to discuss about the advantages of NLP. The advantages of NLP, if you see, most of the companies use NLP to improve the efficiency of documentation processes, accuracy of documentation, and identify the information from large database. NLP is very time efficient. NLP offers exact answers to the question, means it does not offer unnecessary and unwanted information. NLP helps computers to communicate with humans in their languages. NLP helps users to ask questions about any subject and get a direct response within seconds. These are all the advantages. Next, let's get into the disadvantages of NLP. See, the system may not be able to provide the correct answer if the questions that is poorly worded or ambiguous. That is one disadvantage. Some other disadvantages are the system is built for a single and specific task only. It is unable to adapt to new domains and problems because of limited functions. That's the second disadvantage. Another one, NLP system doesn't have a user interface which lacks features that allow users to further interact with the system. NLP is unpredictable. Another day, NLP may not show context. So these are all the disadvantages of NLP. So that's all about natural language processing. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot.